you doing?
Oh my gosh. I, I'm good. How are you, Mr. Tillett?
I'm doing frantically well at the moment.
Well, yes. Organized chaos. That's very bad. How you been?
Busy, busy, busy. Caitlin has moved out to North Carolina.
Who has?
Caitlin.
Oh, really?
Yep. So she got her Eagle, and then graduated and moved out and got her own place. About to start going to school.
Really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's absolutely awesome. How's Ryan doing?
Good. Good. He graduated. Got his
Did you make a
Eagle.
whole book of it?
No, so this was a publication that the BSA had done back right when, for the 100th anniversary,
Oh,
and his photo was selected for one of the spreads.
it's awesome. That's a great picture. It truly is. Where did you spend your last couple of summer camps?
Our last one was back in Hale,
Okay.
and then we had nothing on the COVID year, and then the year before that was Alexander up in Colorado.
We never did Alexander. We did Chris Dobbins, but not Alexander.
Yeah. So we did Dobbins with you guys, and then the next year we did Alexander with 9168,
Oh, okay.
and
Did
then
you like Alexander better?
no, I like Dobbins better. I think the kids liked Alexander better,
Really?
but I prefer it.
Was it the merit badge program or was it the whole way?
Probably more how it's run, and things are a little closer together.
Okay. At Dobbins?
At Alexander.
Oh,
But I think Dobbins was a lot prettier, and I like hiking around during the merit badge classes, so it gave me further to walk
Right.
with less elevation. Dobbins is generally flatter throughout the camp,
I didn't think Dobbins was flat.
flatter than
Thank you.
Alexander.
Oh, no, really?
Yes.
Good thing I didn't go.
So Alexander is packed tighter together,
Oh.
but everything is steep. Yeah. Yeah, that was when they went to Twin Arrows. That's graduation from today. I think there's about to be a shot where he gets some beads. That was they were coming through the ceremony. He ended up coming back to staff.
Okay.
Caitlin and I went back and staffed Twin Arrows.
So how long has Kate been out here?
She moved out she just turned 19.
It's hard to be that far away, but you do it with the distance.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't like being far away, but she likes being on her own. And that's where her boyfriend's family is. So that's
She's not really on her own, though.
yeah, no. She's living with boyfriend, and his family's all right there, like 20 minutes away. So we feel pretty good about having, and his mom's really good. We met her a while back. And that worked out really well.
Sweet. All right.
So flag stands can go. So this is going to be general ceremony. It's still on my way. I got Craig just joined it.
Oh, really? Where's the beat coming from?
On top of the TV,
Oh, I think I know that camera.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a pose. Sit in the front seat. I didn't know that you could watch it. My mom's active. Uncle Don, I just did a Facebook Live off of that camera. If Cindy. Oh, she just got in there. Yes.
Yeah, that's why she's like, I can see you. I'm like, I'm not easy.
Awesome.
This first row is in reserve for anybody. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where me and Kim and Austin are gonna be.
Front row.
I don't know. Hey, Mickey. I have no idea what she's playing.
Well, I said I would sit here unless I have to move. So if I have to move, just tell me. Call.
She was gonna come, but Casey came up, Hillsborough. I said, we don't.
Would you mind just switching to this side? So that Kim and I
Hey, John, Jeff, just so you know, Cindy can see.
Yeah, I saw it.
You can see the name of it. Answer my phone because I see it, but I mean, I don't have to. And plus, it goes through my. But actually, it vibrates my office. So somebody needs to ignore it. Well, Jeff, how are you, sir? Are you working on golf training for next year?
Actually, yeah, I am.
I'm sure you are. It's a year-round thing.
Yeah. It's $10,000 more. It's 31,000 miles.
Well, golf, I was gonna say, what are they trying to make up for, but golf is actually an industry that did well.
Oh, it's basically because, yeah.
Yeah? Well, right, of course, you could be close, I mean, right? So does that make you look for other places, or?
Well, I went to that,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because it's not just the golf, it's the food and everything else.
countries on the course.
Are you coordinating with? Well, it's strange that it's strange that way. Yeah, even for the smallest thing. It's like, you know, I need something done on my home. It's like, well, can't you? Awesome. It's like I need a plumber, or I need, you know, somebody, I want somebody to, all summer long, I want somebody to, I don't want never got it. Like my business isn't big enough. Got a couple of he's got that thing trying to help her hear. So,
It does work if I'm thinking.
yeah. Yeah, stuff that you need. How long will things be the excuse? Yep. Of course, you see the news stories, it's what is it, on some ship out of the Pacific or reserved just for you.
Then me
Okay.
I got one more business.
Hard time getting up there.
Yeah.
No problem, no problem.
No.
Okay, yeah, that works.
She walked the court. And then I made her boxes and she was like, "Look, here are the nuggets."
Yes.
I just had it in my mind.
Right. Oh, Carol message. That's my, oh, because we're broadcasting over here when they're
Yes, Carol's telling me too.
I literally have 5 working straight. Eight states, defense.
Sorry, I'm a little bit. Well, it's turned into that. I guess that's where I kept Jeffrey in. I don't have any options to sit in the front row.
Alright, so where do you want them standing? Back there.
All right, so let's start at the top and let's figure it out as we work down. Hey, Jacob, how you doing?
No, I'm gonna be back.
Oh, perfect timing. Okay, so you've been this. All right, so we following up. Yeah. So we're opening up with the tutorial. Before this comes in,
Are you doing
and then he's calling.
Alright, so Austin's calling.
And who's the SO?
I did something. Put them all up. Take them away.
So we were going over the order of stuff. If he's gonna have his way to ABC and then walk up to the brain, you can stay at two.
Somewhere in this area.
We're gonna go skipping two guys up through bios and that's the whole slide thing.
Just very basic. Rise, mission, Walter as basic as possible. Okay.
Thank you.
That's much more driven down from the Army version.
I know, this one, I don't know whatever your plan was.
No, sure. But, so just,
There's one American flag.
okay.
Whatever your plan was, if you want to do it.
Okay.
And we're coming up with it.
No, I just, no. All I already know is, so basically,
These
the
are,
audience, the color, comes up in degrees, and the eyes pay attention. The color needs to start to move, so they can post. Once color goes post, then I need to know if there's anything between the post and down.
yes. So after post, then, using other mediums, you'll still be up front. You can tell them you establish how long,
Was that possible?
and then you want to.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
And then after the flag goes off the field, then you pick up the book. So you'll be up at the front. Everybody else.
Same.
You'll be just in the seat, Larry, you can stay off to the side, because you're the first person to introduce us. You're gonna, your line of Larry, and then you follow me all. When you read them three, Alex, you read them three, and Larry, you read them two. And then that's so Riley's gonna come on and ask all the people scouts in the audience. And then pause. And then all the people to everybody's seat. You can come back up. I'm gonna give this line. You guys are trying to go back to the top, and then you go back to the top. Yeah. Yeah. So then you're gonna call out.
So I was able to.
So it was. Oh, she was
So who's gone? Because then we'll, up the scout also, 5 goals. And the scout leader, the scout leader. And then we'll wait till the others that count. And then you can walk out with them, or you can sit down beside after.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no.
Turned on. Yeah, you can like go minutes until my phone starts with me. Okay.
Yeah, I will have them. So, Ryan, when Jacob starts, he's gonna have everybody come forward. I'd like to get them back here. And then we'll have them turn it. Any other questions? Is your little here, you did?
All right, could I have everybody take their seats? We're about to get started.
Austin.
Yeah, it's not
Audience, please rise. Scouts to attention. Color guard advance. Color guard. Post colors. Scout salute. Recite the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2.
And please join me in the Scout Oath and Scout Law. Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to guide my country, to obey the Scout Law, that I will keep at all times, keeping myself physically strong, mentally awake, and always straight. Scout Law. Scout Law. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. You can be seated. I would like to welcome you to the Troop 700 Eagle Scout Court of Honor. It is my pleasure to introduce Riley Oliver, Troop Ceremony for this Court of Honor.
I would like to invite all Eagle Scouts, including adults, to stand at this time. Thank you. Oops. Okay. Thank you. You may The foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. They know that a scout is trustworthy. This is the very first point of the Scout Law for a good reason.
The foremost obligation of the Eagle Scout is to live honorably, not only because honor is important to them, but because of the vital significance of the example they set for other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on their home, their place of worship, their troop, and their community. May the white of the Eagle Badge remind you to always live with honor.
The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A true Scout is loyal to their family, Scout leaders, friends, school, and mission. Their loyalty to their troop and fellow Scouts makes them pitch in and carry their share of the load. All of these things help to build the loyalty and responsibility to the community, the country, to one's own ideals, and to God. The blue of the Eagle Badge always inspires them.
The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which individuals measure themselves and others. To a Scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical dangers, but the determination to stand up for the right. Trusting in God with faith in your fellow men, they look forward each day seeking their share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle Badge remind you always of courage.
The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the second class Scout Award, which has its ends turned up and smiling.
And the final obligation of the Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who toil up the scouting trail, just as others help them in their climb to the Eagle. The performance of the daily good takes a new meaning where they enter a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as protector of the weak and helpless. They aid and comfort the unfortunate and the oppressed. They uphold the rights of others while defending their own. They will always be prepared to put forth their best.
You deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest award. Wear your award with humility, and be ever mindful that the Scout Eagle is something to look up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and the Scout Law be your guide for tomorrow and onward. Please stand and join me in the Scout Oath, followed by the Scout Law. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God of my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scouting is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. The presentation of the Eagle Scout Badge is an important and serious event. The climax and the goal for which a Scout works for many years, an occasion for pride and joy, a time for serious contemplation. It is a culmination of efforts of the various leaders of the Scout. The Eagle Scout Award is the highest and most coveted rank in Scouting, the last major step in the advancement program. Fewer than 4% of all Scouts in the United States reach the Eagle Scout rank. At this point, we trust you have achieved our purpose and ability of character, training of leadership, and the practice of serving. The requirements for the Eagle Scout rank are as follows. 1. Be active in your troop and patrol for at least 6 months as a life scout. 2. Demonstrate Scout spirit by living the Scout Oath and Law in your everyday life. 3. Earn 21 merit badges, including the 13 that are required. First aid, citizenship in the community, citizenship in the nation, citizenship in the world, communication, cooking, personal fitness, emergency preparedness or life saving, environmental science or sustainability, personal management, swimming or hiking or cycling, camping, and family life. 4. Serve actively in an improved position of responsibility for a period of 6 months after becoming a Life Scout. 5. Plan, develop, and lead others in the carrying out a service project worthy of an Eagle Scout. 6. Take part in Scout Matching. And last, 7. Appear before a board of review of prominent persons and satisfy them that you have done your best to understand and live up to the Scout Oath and Law in all ways. Qualify for the Eagle Scout Award. Now, Mr. Lee.
Eagle
Eagle Scout candidate Ryan Tillett has demonstrated his capacity and willingness to exert leadership in activities that are constructive and worthwhile in this community. He has demonstrated loyalty and duty to God and country. We believe that he is qualified to receive the rank of Eagle Scout. Careful examination has been made by the court as to the qualifications of this applicant for the Eagle Scout Award. Proficiency in the various crafts and skills prescribed for the Eagle Scout rank has been checked, and the records of merit badges earned by the Scout have been approved and certified by the counselors appointed by the court.
Ryan, please escort your parents to the front. We now proclaim to all the world your accomplishments. The symbol of your success is the Eagle Scout badge and neckerchief, which will now be presented to your parents by Mr. Ryan. Your parents will in turn pin the badge over your heart and place the neckerchief around your neck. Ryan, in recognition of the wisdom and guidance given to you by your father, please present to them this Eagle Dad pin, which they will be proud to wear in your honor.
I'm not gonna pound it.
And now, also in recognition of the many hours of patient guidance given by her in your efforts, will you pin the Eagle Mother's pin over your mother's heart? The Boy Scouts of America has created the Eagle Mentor Pin as a way of honoring those whose efforts have assisted a Scout to reach the Eagle Scout rank. And while every leader in many different units have contributed greatly to this achievement, today Ryan will recognize a few leaders who have made the biggest impact on the Scouting career.
So my initial plan was to give out two of these. One of them is going to go to my dad, because he has been there with me since Cub Scout. He's pushed me through my hardest time with Scouting. and I would give this second one out to a old uh, scoutmaster, an old scoutmaster from Troop 9168. His name is Jason Kitchen, and he was my scoutmaster at the Forest Point Scout Group. That was really exciting, whether I wanted to continue with this or not. So this one would go out to him, but he unfortunately cannot be here as he was been exposed to COVID-19 virus. So.
Ryan, please escort your parents back to their seats, then return to the front. Ryan has received a collection of letters of support and congratulations from several organizations in addition to those from individuals who have supported him along his journey. Those letters will be available for viewing during reception and have been received from the following: West Point Academy, Scout Life Magazine, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, U.S. Navy Blue Angels, U.S. Coast Guard, National Park Service, National Rifle System. It is a national. I would like to introduce Mr. Williams, Robert J. Williams. Retired United States Air Force Major and Treasurer of the Fort Worth Chapter of the Military Order of Waldorf.
Pardon me if I don't take that step out. There's a phrase from ancient times that says, beware of Greeks bringing gifts. By halfway about gifts, and etc. I'm not Greek. But normally, at the course of honor, I'd have 2 presentations to make. Today I have 4. 3 of them I would like to do here during the court of honor, and the last one I would like to do outside of the flagpoles after the court of honor is over. I'm fortunate in our organization to have a companion who is also a member of another organization, the Texas Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. And he asked me to present the Sons of the American Revolution certificate to Ryan. So I have a certificate, and the individual is Art Mumford. He's a retired Dr. Colonel of the United States Air Force, and he's chairman of the Texas Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. And so he's provided the certificate, and there's also information there on the SAR scholarship for Eagle Scouts. The second one is Representative Mentor of the World Wars, which I am a past Vice Commander-in-Chief, which in layman terms is I'm a past National Vice President of the Order. I'm currently with the Fort Worth chapter. And we have our certificates of recognition presented to Ryan Alexander Tillett. The dedication to the principles of scouting is evidenced by being a recipient of the Eagle Scout Award, and by identifying this scout as being the one who is fully prepared to assume the responsibilities of leadership and service to their nation. As signed by our chapter commander. So Jeffrey, I'll tell you, Ryan, please do as well. We both need more hands over here. Actually, I've got 5 here, I've got 4 here. And then I think most of the scouts of Troop 7 are familiar with the Eagle engraving. So this is to Ryan, this is from an eagle from an eagle, then by an eagle to an eagle. And the Eagle Scout that does these is a class, Troop 7 winter class of 1989. It just happened to be my son. We've been doing this for some time for Eagle Scouts in the troop. And I think right now we're up over 80 or 90 of them over the years. So we'll keep doing this as long as he's able to do it, and as long as I can find the engraving material to get it done. And the last item here at the ceremony is the tradition within the military that commanders at various levels carry with them that are called challenge coins. And as they travel around their area, when they come across somebody who does something above and beyond, they present them with a challenge coin, and usually it has their duty position, their rank, their service, etc. Within the order, we have the same thing, although we refer to ours as coins of excellence. And it has on the front of it the emblem of our order and the selfless service. In the back, it has the profile of our founder, General Pershing, the Army's John J. Blackjack Pershing from World War I, and the phrase, serving youth, community, and nation. And I cannot think of anyone who's more deserving of a point of excellence than the Eagle Scout. So again, congratulations to you. And on behalf of the order, our companions, congratulations to Ryan, to your families, and for Troop 700. And I also understand that did your sister beat you, the Eagle? I think I was at a meeting where they just before they started forming their ghost troop that she had a couple of others said that they're going to beat their brothers. And it sounds like she did. So I have the same for her and so I got your dad. So I'll get it to Caitlin. And again, congratulations and good luck to you.
Impromptu challenge here. We got a coin, DFW carried it. Challenge coin. There you go. Thank you. Good job.
I now have the honor to present to you this U.S. flag, which was flown over the U.S. state capitol on October 31st, 2021, in recognition of your outstanding service to your community and fellow Scouts, and of becoming an Eagle Scout. I would like to introduce Ryan's longtime family friend and Eagle Scout, Jacob Wood, who will now give the Eagle Scout charge.
Okay, Ryan. I have the honor of giving you the Eagle Scout charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in Scouting. Our Eagle Scout candidate will now take the Scout Pledge, the Eagle Scout Pledge. As the candidate takes this pledge for the first time, will those of you in the audience who are Eagle Scouts yourselves, please join us on stage. Will each of you give the Scout sign and repeat after me? I affirm my allegiance. To the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize. And take upon myself. The obligations and responsibilities. Of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best. To make my training an example. And my status and influence. Count strongly for better scouting. And for better citizenship. In my troop. In my community. And in my contacts with other people. Regardless of race, color, or creed. To this I pledge my sacred honor. Will the Eagle Scouts now return to their seats? Ryan, I charge you to enter this Eagle Scout Brotherhood, holding ever before you, without reservation, the ideals of honor and service. By repeating the Eagle Scout pledge before your fellow members, you will become an Eagle Scout. Though the words you used just now are similar to those by which you joined scouting, today they mean more than they ever could have meant at that time, or at any time in the past. When you pledged yourself on your sacred honor, using the same words which are found at the end of the Declaration of Independence, you sealed your eternal loyalty to the Code of the Eagle Scout. By the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. May the oath you have taken remain true in your heart. This time, I salute you. Ladies and gentlemen, Scouts and Scouters, I present to you Eagle Scout Ryan Tillett.
At this time, I'd like to invite our Scoutmaster, Mr. O'Neill, to come forward for Ryan's final Scoutmaster minute.
So as a Scoutmaster, it's always it's my privilege to get the last word at just about every Scout function. And as a Scoutmaster, I use that as an opportunity to pass on some words of wisdom or potentially challenge Scouts or comment on observations of the day. And it's even more of a privilege to recognize a Scout and maybe get to recognize Ryan a little bit. So as the final Scoutmaster minute for your scouting crew, Ryan joined us a little bit later in Scouts, transferred in from another troop into Troop 700, and got active as, 16, 17 years old, I think, when you joined us. And the interesting thing with Ryan is that the younger crowd immediately started looking up to him. I don't know if you ever picked up on that, Ryan. A lot of times when you're older and in the leadership positions, you don't realize the influence you have. But Ryan came in, and immediately the younger guys started looking up to you. And every time when they picked up on the fact that you were coming on a camp out, their eyes lit up a little bit because they were going to get to hang out with Ryan folks. So I always thought that was neat about Ryan, the fact that even though I hadn't been in the troop very long, he immediately started getting a following and was looked up to by the younger Scouts as leaders. And so as an Eagle Scout, that privilege of others looking up to you is not going to go away. So you're always going to be looked up to as a leader. And the rest of us in scouting, because of our scouting background, we're always going to be looked up to as leaders. And so because of that, the challenge is to take that and wear that with a little bit of pride and recognize that you're going to influence those around you without ever knowing it. So your actions are always going to be watched. And that means you need to hold yourself up to a little bit higher standard than what maybe your peers are going to do, because others are always going to be looking at you. And so that's my challenge to you. And one way you can go about meeting that challenge is to always take to heart the aspects of the Scout Oath. So as a Scoutmaster, I always emphasize to the Scouts that there's 3 points to the Scout Oath. And the 3 points are to do your duty to God and your country first, others second, and yourself last. And if you'll always look at your actions and put them in that order, then others will always look up to you and will never question your integrity. So that was my final Scoutmaster minute. With that, I'll turn it back over to our MC.
You're invited to remain for the reception and share in the memories that make up Ryan's Trail to Eagle. The Eagle Scout Court of Honor stands adjourned. Please stand for the retrieval of colors.
Color guard. Advanced retrieval colors. Retrieve colors. Scout salute. Two. At ease.
There we go. All right, so everybody's welcome to stay and hang out and check everything out. We have the slideshow is running in a loop, and then all along the side we have some refreshments for everybody. On the second table here, there's 3 binders. These are all things that Ryan has got to accomplish and adventures and ranks that he's learned throughout Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and during his Trail to Eagle. There is a jar of hand sanitizer on here, so we ask if you're going to flip through the books just to use a hand sanitizer before you start touching everything so everybody can enjoy it. And with that, we are party mode. Thank you, everybody.
Those turned out really true honor, you know. Feel it now. Oh, I almost tried to go down. I'm with it. Hey, none of them had their point. They were
Nobody had a coin with them, then they buy a drink. You know what I wanted to tell you was, this is the second run of that coin. Was it the first one? The guy was here coming.
Go check out your stuff.
Good job, man.
Representative. That close. Time frame. It's pretty different. They are cheap. Outside. There's no mic. Got to hear most of it.
I actually got that I actually got sick. So
Austin will be driving with me, so that was expired. Actually, in bought yes, but I am working on getting my health insurance. I'm actually working on it right now.
Yeah, no, we've been going out.
It seems like I'm wrong. In the classes,
I almost did. Everything shut down, and then my room expired. So I was back at the beginning of my I got
You remember? But he had 3 plays in first group
Off of Bowen Road. Gold ribbon.
oh my gosh. I'm almost in a 2-hour.
There's a couple of things in the beginning of that. We have 16 minutes. Figure out how to oh, yeah. I have the pamphlet and some money there. We had that 7 years ago when we
Hey, where are you tomorrow from?
Call it.
Well, I think we'll have to learn that.
Oh, yeah.
Jealous, yes. Read up on that. They have it.
My mom
So he hasn't met me, but I went to go. You, Mark. Well, he was Hunter first, but he's Chelsea, so we'll give him a call. You met who? You met one day. Yeah, he's been lucky to meet people. And I think he goes to the people. Those are the things. Probably. But you know what? Yeah. Right. I want to hold you. Do your thing. See? He might have put it up in the cabinet.
Exactly. I can't wait to find
It's button. I did. That should be on.
I'm sorry. That's the name.
Wait.
Listening? Alright. Everybody excuse me for 1 second. I have an announcement. Everybody have an announcement. Mr. Williams would like to present one more award outside. I know it's very cold and very damp, but this should be done relatively quick. So if we can all go outside, please. With Flagpole.
Hey, Brian.
And this is the one that we shared out.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, they can.
Again.
We appreciate everything. We brought all kinds of
Thank you so much. Y'all sign for it, right? Thank you very much.
that means that you get to throw down and be like, all right, nobody can beat me. And you can have nobody.
Around here, I guess.
I was used to, when I was in Scouts, I was on the Sunday morning, after we come down. Turn off the register, every, all your gear back, put them back in the register back. You get that door, the first thing that comes out, followed by your duffel, and then you go get breakfast like this. He doesn't know that yet.
I literally, we were just talking about it, she literally, her making room is 2 doors down from my office. You have to pick up at the other place, but I was curious, I had a baby shower, and I wondered what she charged. Bad though. What that was 4 dozen. Yeah, I haven't tried one yet, I'm gonna eat one later. Yeah. No, I mean, that's amazing. Mickey and I literally were at lunch yesterday looking, she does cheesecake.
You're trying to get some elbow room.
Yeah, I was walking down the meter yesterday and saw the signage because I work down in Campo Verde, so So I was like, I'll just walk and be Nikki, and I was walking by, I'm like, ooh, thank you. About $40 a dozen. That's not bad.
Do every, like, 400th birthday. Is the thing they get to do that.
I'm sure.
Decorate that inside.
Typically, they like Nikki, they use an overhead projector, but they still have to draw them.
They're all put, very good at it. Because they all look the same.
I'm gonna check her out.
Well, then, we're going to add more to it. So, the bench was phase 2. Phase 3 is put a little memorial at the end of the line. All the flags that we start bringing in for the winners. You got a couple of impromptu things.
That was actually a really good cake too. I like it because I haven't ordered a cake for that big. Okay. So I may have to order from them. Before.
Want to go, right? Working on the set.
That's a pretty good slideshow. Hopefully we're going to stop it. What? Yeah. I was wondering if it's
Hey Ryan, I wanted to bring these over here so you don't forget them.
And I
you went, you did more granddaughter to Regardless than we did.
Some of my boats are actually in the house. We don't know where they went. There's 2 boats there. And there's one carload. And it was my bear song. The wind was still blowing by my cyan one. That was when I started making a big deal about the cyan. It's not blue, it's cyan. That one is awesome as well.
Yeah, we only did one.
I forgot to. So, it goes to you.
Yeah, I like it.
One goes to Hannah. And then the other day, they were like,
I like that. I'll probably go.
So, me and I actually got sick.
I mean, I'm not going to do it. I got to do all the foot.
I've been on the wait list. Okay, I was in the late 2021
He may kick back. So we don't have to spend every That's the kind of headset I want. But I didn't wear anything like it. Oh. And they make headsets. Because I can't do anything under my and that's what they're thinking about. Shapes like that.
I will record it and keep it back in so just put it away.
Well, and then here, I don't think
I don't know how people have done all of it.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I didn't know if that was here in the post.
No.
Is that what?
So did you drive here?
I rode past the 4 days ago. Okay, so like it was already like I never did anything like that in your life. I still was doing it. But then so woke up at 10:30. Exactly. No water, nothing. Woke up there. Found water like my water was huge.
yeah, he
And
straight up
got up and dumped it. Water. Went back to my room. Drank a little bit of my water. Started playing. Remember about the game? I like playing games. Later, I think it was about 9:30 ish. My mom was in. Whatever. Like, my room was like, okay, you have all your stuff. You have everything you can get. I'm like, yeah, how did you get it? That's something kind of like rent. Stay there. Yeah. But she asked me if I was from there. I'm like, yeah. But so I grabbed over something. such a hard model. So I go rebuilding it. Right there. You got to throw up. Out of nowhere. So I bought it.
And then you get it by Friday.
This is a good one. I started water. I've done all that. That's how have a week. Or take a shower. I will probably go for I take a little bite and get out because I recognize my world. I went there. So that's every time that like water runs out. And I get out and while I'm still in it, I'm laying down in the car. I'm using my phone outside. Hey, I may or may not show up. So we'll get out. How many years? Part of it was and I'm like, I went through all the years. That's why we grow up, and I actually got to the point where how we got now on I went down we're about 3 years leaving now, and I only have to wear it. And I'm like, all right. We get to keep I don't remember about 4 times 45. So you just drank a lot of wine. Yeah. I didn't want to, but it was just, you know, my body wasn't good. I have pictures of him. Going to use the bathroom, come out, go back in the car, get here, immediately from all the bars, toilet. My dad told me, that he got TV stuff. So I thought I had to better. We talked about, 5 days into the conversation, I felt the only thing I care about with Disney is Star Wars. That is only a reason why it's hard to do. Yeah. I got
And they give us the back in Jacksonville. Never gone back there. Oh, yeah.
Huh? No, I can get them. I just gonna throw this crap on the floor. Nope. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Take your treasure up, time to go.
That's the thing to do running from south to Rome.
Time for everybody to go home.
And they didn't know each other at all, so it was like not that support. You could have just get the college together and you call out from the difference.
I know you did a good job.
I agree with that. So, you know, it's kind of just like my kids all lined up. They like, so like welding, yeah, welding. I think most of the time, I cannot do it. I know it is fun. Yeah. All three of them. You're like, now, there you go. Bye, Ryan. What?
You told me the name
See you later. Good to see you. There we go. Do that too. Like, play it all over. I mean, we were all on the stage together.
My back still hurts, but.
But
They were popular. Didn't get in the grab for a while. I'm like, oh, sorry. Oh, it's just one.
Huh? Okay.
If I can figure out how to work this
I
fancy
love this
computer
picture.
machine. Right?
It's so cute.
This is Troop 2. There's OA. Troop 1. He was in ended up being in 3 troops and 2 Cub Scout packs.
Nice.
Because 381 closed up.
Really?
Right after we were involved.
Oh, wow.
So then he finished in 378. He did Bear and Weeblos in 378. Right?
Are you finally shutting down the Facebook Live?
I can. Oh, there you go. That was one of them.
You could still see me. I don't
Hang on.
care.
Let's see when it comes up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still going.
There you go.
Oh gosh. Horak, Lots, Ogende. Wow.
That was
He
for
and I
the.
still keep in touch.
Yeah, we talk occasionally.
Nice.
That was for the troops' 50th anniversary court of honor.
Oh, cool.
So that's in the hall. That's at MBS.
Yeah,
That's the door out to the main area where the water fountains are.
Right.
Like I can just picture sitting down at a meeting.
Yeah, totally.
And then that was around the time you and Wendy got together, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh gosh, Father Joe. Is he still alive?
My mom would know. Mom, is Father Joe still alive? Monsignor? He
Yeah, Joe Scanlon.
Yeah.
He's a Monsignor now.
Nice.
But yeah, he had a cancer, but the treatment, and he's still alive. I remember that. That was fun.
the Rochers, the Woods, and Schipperling in the back.
Oh yeah.
How that whole thing went down was kind of sad.
Uh,
You know, being
there you go.
supposed to be about the kids.
Recognize the kitchen?
Yes.
Yeah. And that, he's
Paul.
dead. Paul.
Yeah, from the Knights of
He
Columbus.
died.
He did all the
He did all
catering
the
for
food.
the 545 Court of Honors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the puppy on me more, Jeffrey. Oh my God.
With Jeffrey, because you're not the
It
only
was
one that.
hilarious when the man that was speaking crossed over Jeffrey.
Because she does it all the
I
time.
do it every day. Yeah. They're identical people. And it was
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It was like,
We have hair in different places.
it really was. They're, everything was same. Jeffrey wouldn't want to admit that, but and he was so sick that day.
Oh yeah, that's a heavily photoshopped picture because he had a reaction to penicillin. That's the day we found out he was allergic to penicillin, and his cheeks were just bright red. Like you can see in the printing some of the redness.
Oh yeah.
I did a lot of photoshopping on
It
that.
was
All I
first
remember
day
about
for
that,
Cub Scouts.
all I remember about that picture is that my face was super warm and I didn't know why.
Yeah, there's a lot of inflammation.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was hoping Daniel was going to bring Christian.
Yeah.
I don't see him.
He was out something last time I saw him.
I don't think we really talked either. I tried to reach Cubmaster Mike, but I didn't get anything back from him. That didn't end well, but I tried anyway.
So fun.
There's
Yeah, I knew there was one of Jason in there somewhere.
yeah.
You were an actress, Kyle.
Oh, I bet. I still do that. Oh, no, that's fine. I don't think people are. I'm going to keep it to like.
Did you flip through here at all? got this one in